Ladies and gentlemen, how are y'all doing today? Happy Money Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning. I hope you guys are fired up to rock and roll, to have some fun, to make some big time profits in the market today. So once again, good morning team. Happy Money Tuesday. It is January 11th. 2022, 8:58 in the morning, and we got some stuff to talk about today, team. I mean, I tell you what, we have a lot of press releases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different stocks with press releases, 11 stocks that were moving at one point in pre-market. But again, what's our job? To eliminate the noise, try and identify where the best of the best opportunity is. We don't want to be looking at 15 stocks. We want to be looking at like 5 or less. So which of these stocks have the best potential? That's what we're getting ready to do, is dive into that, review every stock with news, identify which ones have the best opportunity, the best potential to be the biggest runners today, where we can make some big time profits, guys. So again, good morning. Hit me with a good morning. We got Cole in chat, Beth, Wade, Rebecca, Burgers Over Tacos, aka Mexoids. What's up, buddy? Angel, Chris, good morning and happy Tuesday. All right, we're good. Had to switch a few things around. Kids King, what's up? Dougie, what's going on? Texas Cowboy, good morning. Yo, everybody over on the tube, hit me with a big old good morning. What's up? Where are we tuning in from? How we all doing today? You guys fired up? You guys ready to rock and roll? Because I tell you what, I am fired up and I'm ready to rock and roll. If the lawn mowing people would like stop mowing at freaking 9 o'clock in the morning and get out of here. You're too loud. We're trying to work, trying to get fired up. We don't want to hear your blades are spinning, chopping up that grass, smelling all nice and good, messing with my freaking allergies. Get out of here. We don't want you here today. What's up, John, Mark, Frank, Steven, Chris, PXS, Denise, Dennis, Dario, Nicholas. What's up? We got California, Florida in the house, Iowa. How are y'all doing today, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Right now, team, it has been pretty slow in pre-market, right? It has been pretty slow in pre-market. I currently have 0 trades on the day. I've seen 0 opportunities, 0 stocks that I want to get involved with. There haven't really been A+ clean, consistent setups. There hasn't really been a lot of clean and consistent movers. Okay, like I said, we had about 12 to 15 different press releases. At one point, these stocks popped up and they gave everything back. I mean, literally across the board. If you guys, oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. Can you hear that in the background? Anytime I talk, do you hear that just annoying lawnmower? If so, I'll turn my mic down a little bit. No? Okay. All right, cool. So it's just me. It's just me. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't too annoying for those of you inside the chat. All right, guys. So again, no opportunities. that I've seen in pre-market. No trades for me, really just sitting back on my hands. Powell is going to be speaking today around 10 o'clock. And in my opinion, that's why we're not really seeing a lot of big time movements. I mean, yes, we do have the SPY flat right now. At one point, the SPY was up. We're actually back down to being flat. We're flat on the Qs. We're actually down on Tesla now. We're still up a little bit on AMD. We're flat now on Microsoft. So what's going on here over the last few moments, guys? We're just falling down a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Just a little bit more volume moving on in here. And we're actually now no longer gapping up. We're actually gapping down just a little bit here on the SPY, the Qs, Tesla, across the board, and everything at one point was up about $1 to $2 here in pre-market. So we'll definitely have to be waiting and sitting on our hands until the Fed speaks today. Again, he'll be speaking around 10 o'clock. The last thing that we want to do is have any kind of open position as he's speaking. We know the markets can become very erratic and very volatile. The last thing you want to do is hold through that and be in a call. He says something negative and you see the markets fall $5. Last thing you want to do is have a put, because it looks really good for a put. He says something really good. The markets react positively and you just lose a lot of money. It's really a gamble, in my opinion, if you're holding anything, knowing that he's going to be speaking around 10 o'clock. So just make sure you're out of your positions as he's speaking, because we could possibly see the markets, again, very erratic, very volatile, and start jumping around very quickly. Okay? With that being said, with penny stocks, guys, like I was saying, in my opinion, that's why I think, there's not a lot of action here in pre-market, as traders and investors know that the Fed is speaking the day, and everybody's kind of really just sitting back on the sidelines and waiting to see how the market reacts. We did see a very slow and choppy day yesterday in the market, right? Definitely penny stocks, slow and choppy. A lot of stocks doing well. I mean, the first 3 hours, everything fading and falling. Looking really, really good for puts. And I know a lot of you guys here inside of chat were taking puts along the move down. I know some of you guys flipped long and capitalized on that nice big rebound on the SPY, the Qs, and the overall market. But even though it was just nice downtrend, nice uptrend, it was still choppy as it was moving down, as it was moving up into the day as well. It was actually really choppy. It wasn't as clean, as consistent as we normally see. And so it was a challenging day yesterday. It wasn't super difficult, but it was more on the challenging side. Especially with penny stocks, and we're seeing that once again today, team, in the penny stock markets. It's just very slow, it's very choppy, it's very inconsistent. So just be smart, trade safe, always understand what market conditions are at this point in time today. Never chase these stocks. Don't be the guinea pig. Have your playbook for these types of market conditions and wait for that opportunity to present itself. So what are the market conditions right now with penny stocks? What would you guys say? Would you say hot and breaking out? Would you say just kind of sideways? Would you say extremely choppy, inconsistent, fall? How would you rate the penny stock market? What would you say the market conditions are? Happy, really, really good and great. Things are breaking out left and right. Would you say it's neutral? It just seems to be more choppy and inconsistent? Or would you say it just sucks, that you're just seeing everything dump, right? What do you guys say? Yeah, markets are waiting for Powell to speak. Yeah, that's exactly. Sideways, sucky, blah, choppy. Again, yeah, very sideways, very choppy, kind of blah, kind of boring. We're not really seeing those big time moves, but there is still opportunity, right? We know there's opportunity. We just have to identify that opportunity based on the market that we're in to take advantage of that, to stay on the winning side more than the losing side, right? Not get chopped out of these positions. So right now, what I'm doing, guys, is I'm shorting more in this market. I am not going long. I am not trading breakouts. What am I doing? I'm actually shorting these breakouts, because 80% of the time, these breakouts end up dumping, all right? We actually had a really nice short yesterday on RELI, right? Was it RELI? I don't think it was RELI yesterday. Was it? I literally can't remember. I think it was RELI. Again, this is why we have to journal and log our trades. That's one thing that I didn't do. I'm going to be honest with you guys. One thing I did not do yesterday was log my trades, right? And that's why it's important to log trades, because I don't even remember what stocks I traded yesterday. And I don't even remember why I traded some of these stocks yesterday, but it was RELI to the short side, right? Again, we're seeing a lot of these stocks setting up. They appear to be good setups, stocks that can break out. They appear to be strong. They break out or attempt to break out, and then massive rug pulls, big dumps, big declines. Not 100% of the time, but I would say 70 to 80% of the time, we're seeing really good long setups try to get going. Traders are trying to get these stocks going, but they are not holding up. They are cracking. They are fading and falling. There's a lot of false breakouts. So one way that I'm approaching the markets, knowing these market conditions and what we see more consistently is, I'm not trading breakouts. I already know I'm not trading breakouts, period, right? Because I think 70 to 80% of the time they lead to false breakouts. So what am I doing? If I start to see that nasty selling and that price action looking like it could be that false breakout, I'm looking to short these stocks for those big rug pulls, those big dumps, or looking for dips, right? If you guys can't short, if a stock is not shortable, what's another approach that I've been doing lately is I've been buying the dips after that nasty rug pull. After that nasty drop into a prior level of support, these stocks are bouncing 20, 30 cents for quick scalps, quick dip buy opportunities. If you guys do not know the difference between a dip buy and the difference between a reversal, definitely get inside of the video lessons library, type in dip buy, okay? And there's a lesson, dip buy versus reversal. It's very, very important to know the difference between a dip buy and a reversal. Dip buys, 5 to 10 second trades. They're scalps. Reversal, they take more times to develop and actually play on out. You could see yourself holding these 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes. There's a big difference between a dip and a reversal. So in this market, number one, after these nasty rug pulls, we're seeing a lot of dips. That's where the opportunity is from what I've been seeing, right? Not trading the breakout, but honestly shorting these breakouts because we're seeing a lot of false breakouts and big declines. That's what's been working for me in this market. That's my playbook in these market conditions and what I'm personally sticking to because that's what's generating consistent profits. Okay, guys. So did you want to short ISIG? I did want to short ISIG, but I missed both shorts, Kids King. Out of the gate, 27.19, I didn't grab that short. Here around 11 o'clock, we were doing our lesson. We were talking about shorting stocks, and we had a big just topic we were talking about. I looked back around 12. I missed my short off that 27.19, which is unfortunate. So I did locate shares, and I did not use them, so they are gone. All right, and I did not locate any more shares today on ISIG. Not yet, anyway. All right, so... But yeah, so I wanted to short ISIG. I did short RELI. Again, yesterday was a... pretty much a little bit of a break-even day. You know, not break-even. I lost 128. Wasn't anything too crazy. You know, if I make $200, I say it's break-even. If I lose $200, I normally say it's break-even. I don't really look at small green days and small red days as anything worth adding to the books. You know what I mean? So I lost 128 yesterday. You pretty much call it flat if you want. Again, there just wasn't a lot of opportunity in the market. But today's a brand new day, full of brand new opportunities, right? And we'll see what the market has in store for us today. So let's go ahead and start with our morning stock newsletter. If you guys want the morning stock newsletter, just jump over to alphadaytrading.com, click on morning stock newsletter. It's going to be right here. Go ahead and click on it. And again, every stock with news, our pre-market gappers, large cap, small cap, and our prior day top gainers as well. So again, there's a lot of stocks with news. VIR, BBW, CLLS. I mean, the list is very, very long here on the morning stock newsletter as far as all stocks that have news. I've already done the legwork. I've already done the due diligence. I reviewed all of these stocks, all of the press releases, all of the criteria that needs to be met to make it a watch list worthy stock. And I've picked 3 stocks out of this list. I've picked TSRI, BDTX, SBEV, and I picked PHIO as well. So let's actually talk about those 4 stocks, because if you go look at VIR, it's not doing anything. You go look at CLLS, the last time I looked at it, not doing anything. JZXN, ALDX, TAOP, these stocks are not doing anything. So I don't want to waste your time talking about stocks that probably won't do a whole lot today. So PHIO, what's going on here? So PHIO this morning, Pharmaceuticals announces regulatory clearance of clinical trial to treat melanoma. Melanoma. Wow, did I get it right for once? Not even a big word, but I butchered the crap out of it. So basically what we're getting here is regulatory clearance of clinical trial to treat that word right there that I butchered. PHIO. It's an okay press release. It's a low float stock and it's trading high relative volume, right? So we have a catalyst, we have a press release, we have 4 million shares trading here on PHIO. On average, it trades less than 200,000, and it's a 13 million in float stock. So we know that this stock can definitely take on off. I want to just simply watch the stock today above $1, right? It hasn't been under $1 for 6 months or more. So the fact that it just broke above $1 really isn't that powerful, isn't that strong. Again, when you have stocks underneath of $1, 6 months, a year, 2 years, and then you see that dollar break, those are big, powerful, strong breakouts most of the time. But if a stock just dropped below $1 and re-breaks $1, it's not as impactful, it's not as strong, it's not as powerful. This stock literally just broke below $1, cracked below $1 like a week ago. So we're back above $1. Curious to see if PHIO is going to trade above $1 today to see if we got any action here on this stock. I mean, we could see it back up towards around that 20 EMA, which is around 109. So nothing crazy, but it's still, you know, from $1 to $1.09, it's still 9%. I mean, it's still a decent percentage move. I see having some room up towards around 112 to 113. And then possibly back up towards around that 125 area if we can stay above $1. So I do want to watch PHIO. Right now, there's not a lot going on, guys. There's not a lot of action across the board, but this is one of those stocks that I do think is better than the other 15 that I think could have some good potential today. Again, up 12%, 4.2 million shares traded here in pre-markets, on average 200,000. So we do have that high relative volume. It is a low float stock, 13 million in float, and we do have a press release. There is a catalyst, which makes it a watch list worthy stock. Again, watching this today above $1, room to 113, and then possibly 125. SBEV, Splash Beverage Group, receives authorization for tap out in Walmart stores across Florida metropolitan areas. So SBEV, that is the press release there. This stock right now is currently leading the board. This one is currently up 66%, trading the most amount of volume and has the highest relative volume as well. So SBEV got a good catalyst. We got a good press release, trading almost 13 million shares. On average, this stock trades 180,000 shares and is a 22 million in float stock. Right now, we're holding above natural support at $1.50. So right now, that's our level of support, right around 150 here on SBEV. If we crack below 150, guys, I don't even see why traders would move back into the stock, right? We would have some room down towards around 130 and then back down towards around maybe yesterday's highs, right around like 103, 104. So we really want to see SBEV at least staying above 150 at the lowest, right? Ideally getting above that 187 to $2 mark, right? We do have some resistance right around 187 on SBEV, up towards around that pre-market high of 198. Let's just call it $2 because we know we have $2 natural resistance. We have pre-market high resistance at 198. Now, looking at the daily chart, we can hold above 150. We're starting to break the 187, $2 mark. You have some room up towards around 215. You have some room up towards around 232. And then you have room towards around 250 to 255 on SBEV. Again, right now, there's no A-plus opportunity. There's no go-to setup. I'm not excited. I don't want to jump into the stock right now, but it is a stock that has a decent press release. It is up 63%. It's trading great volume. It's a low float stock, and it's actually holding some of these gains in pre-market. It didn't just pop up to $2 and drop back down to $1, right? It's actually holding on up. We see that it's trying to move higher. We just need to sit back, wait for that good opportunity, that A-plus setup to present itself, to get prepared, to take advantage of it, to lock in some profits. Right now, no reason to be touching SBEV, but it is on our watch list. High relative volume, low float stock, currently up 62%. Good press release. Want to see this above 150 today. We have room to that 187, $2, again, 215, 232, and then 255. So we'll definitely be watching SBEV today as well. BDTX, right? What's going on here with BDTX? So Black Diamond Therapeutics announces FDA allowance of IND application, yada, yada, yada. None of that doesn't matter. None of that matters. Small cell lung cancer. So keywords, right? We always want to be looking for keywords, right? Hot keywords to look for in press releases. All of these other big words that seem gibberish, especially to me that I can't pronounce half of them, half of those words are irrelevant. They don't mean anything, right? We want to be watching and looking for keywords in these press releases. So there's a list for you guys, hot keywords to look for in press releases. And the keywords are FDA allowance, cancer, right? So announces FDA allowance, that's a keyword. And then anything cancer related is a good keyword as well. And we typically see these stocks do fairly well. So that's the news. That's the catalyst. That's the press release on BDTX. And that's exactly why the stock went from 460 to 590 here in pre-market. But again, the volume is very scattered. Traders are really just kind of sitting back, chilling on the sidelines, waiting for Powell to speak at 10 o'clock. That's why we're seeing a lot of initial spikes, some initial runs on up, and then they're just kind of consolidating and sitting flat and sitting sideways as traders are just sitting back on their hands. Okay, so BDTX, that's the press release. Another stock that's trading high relative volume, right? We're trading 8 million shares today in pre-markets. On average, we trade at 242,000. So, I mean, we have the volume over the average, right? That's a piece of criteria that we want to see met. It is a low float stock, 24 million in float. We know the stock could take on off, and we have a pretty good press release as well here on BDTX. So right now, where can we see BDTX come down to? Right around $4.96 to $5, right? We know we have $5 natural support, natural resistance. $5 is the second strongest psychological level for penny stocks. The first level is $1. Right? That's the strongest level of support and resistance. $5 is number 2, and then $10 is number 3. So we know that $5 is the second strongest psychological level of support and resistance. We're above $5. We would like to see BDTX hold above $5. Looking at the daily chart, we do have some prior lows right around $4.96. So that's why I'm saying anywhere from like that $4.96 to $5 support here on BDTX. Let's see if this stock can stay above 5. If it can, maybe it sets up. We know there's a good press release. We know there's volume. We know it's a low float stock. We know it could move, right? We know it could start to get some action. Right now, we just have to sit back, be patient, and wait for that opportunity to present itself. Now, where could the stock go? Underneath these lows around 521, up towards around these highs at 542, and then up towards around these pre-market highs at 575, 590 here on BDTX. Now, if this stock ever breaks over pre-market highs, and this is the number 1 stock of the day, and it just takes on off, we have room to the 50-day moving average here on BDTX right around 637. So we will be watching BDTX as well. And then last but not least, we have TSRI. So TSRI, it was earnings, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I believe TSRI reporting record revenue for the second quarter ending November 30th, 2021. It looks like that did not make it for some reason over to the watch list. So my apologies, guys. But we are watching TSRI. And the main reason is it's actually looking better than some of these other stocks. It definitely looks better than PHIO, SBEV, and BDTX. TSRI is number 2 on the leaderboard. It's the lowest float stock. Penny stock traders love low floats. The lower the float, the better. The lower the float, the bigger a stock can spike. TSRI is currently at 40%. It's trading really good volume, almost 10 million shares on average, less than 100,000, and it's the lowest float stock on the leaderboard. This stock can definitely take on off, but one thing I want to point out here, guys, is anytime we have a big green day, all right, anytime the stock gaps up and rips, right, and we see the stock move higher, what happens? What do you notice on the daily chart that you need to be mindful of? Rebecca is asking, is there a way to replay a previous day video? There will be, Rebecca. Absolutely. Let me answer your question real quick while you guys answer mine. As of tomorrow, you will start to see our prior day live streams. So again, you will have every prior day live stream here, and it will be for that current week. Then you'll have to go to the video lessons library and actually go into the prior live stream area, which is down here, and you will have all of the prior live streams if you would like to rewatch those for the day. Okay. Yes, it gives it back. A lot of upper shadows. Gives it all back. Okay. Inside your member dashboard, Nexoids. Inside your member dashboard. All right. So yes, every time it pops up, it gives a lot back. Pops up, gives a lot back. Look at all of these upper shadows, right? Anytime the stock moves, it opens, it pushes, and then it gives a lot back, right? Does that happen within the first 5 minutes? Or does it happen at the end of the day? We don't really know unless we actually go into these each individual days here, right? But what we do know is at some point, this stock gives almost everything back, right? This one day it went from around 13 to 18, closed down around 13 bucks, right? This day we gapped up a little bit, 11.37, right? We pushed all the way up towards around 17, gave a lot back, closed around $13. So we know that this stock has potential to move. It's a low flow stock. It has some news. There's a catalyst, right? It has really good volume. It's number 2 on the leaderboard. This stock has a lot of potential to go to $13.87, $15, right? $18.73. We know this stock has a lot of great potential, but what we know is we do not want to hold all day. We don't want to swing trade this stock. We do not want to hold this stock for a long period of time because at any point in time, this stock could start dumping, fading, and falling, and giving all of these potential gains back because we see that's what it does consistently anytime the stock moves. So there's some potential here. We have opportunity, but make sure you're always locking in your profits quick on a stock like this. We have room to $13.87. We have room to $14.68 and then 15 bucks. We have room to $16.76 and then potentially $18.73. Where am I getting these levels from? I'm looking at all of the prior extremes, right? Extreme highs, extreme lows. The extremes are very well respected. So the extremes, right? Spiking high, spiking high, spiking high, spiking high, right? That's where I'm getting all of these levels are from prior daily extreme points in price, okay? So that's where we're watching TSRI. Again, we have some room up towards around that $13.87, 14 bucks. $14.68, then we have $15 psychological natural resistance, room to $16.76, and then $18.73, retesting that February spiking high potentially on TSRI. All right, so let's do a quick little vote on penny stocks. All right, let's just do a quick vote. What stock do you think will do the best today? Question mark. Let's go ahead and add those 4 stocks. Let's go ahead and add PHIO. Let's go ahead and add in there SBEV. Let's add BDTX. And let's add TSRI. And then we'll put other. OTHER. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and send that poll on over to you guys. Right, so right here you see a poll notification, and then right here on the chat room as well. What stock do you think is going to do the best today? Go ahead and cast your votes, and let's see what chat is currently thinking as far as what stock they think is going to be the best today. Go ahead and cast those votes, ladies and gentlemen. As soon as we have your votes for penny stocks, we'll go ahead and talk about the overall market. All right, the SPY, the Qs, pretty much flat. Right, there's not a lot to talk about. It's pretty much flat. Okay, why are we not really putting too much emphasis on the SPY, the Qs, Tesla? Why are we not really focused that much there right now? Because in the next 30 minutes, our technical analysis can be completely thrown off, right? We do all this TA, we get all of our levels, we're prepared, and then boom, something drastic happens. The markets react violently, not saying it's going to happen, saying it could happen, and then all of our TAs thrown off, and we have to sit there and readjust and replan. Let's just wait, right? Let's focus on penny stocks the first 30 minutes. Let's wait for Mr. Powell to speak. Let's see how the markets react. then let's get prepared, right? So what are we thinking? So right now we have 41% of chat saying TSRI, and then we have 30% of chat saying other. So right now, looks like it's TSRI or a stock that we did not even talk about. 10 o'clock, looking about 10 o'clock there is when he speaks. So could that stock be RELI, right? This is a prior day mover, guys. RELI has been moving over the past couple of weeks. We actually had a pretty decent day yesterday on RELI, but RELI struggles to break 820 to 825. It struggles. I'm not a breakout trader. I am not trading this for a breakout. The only way I get interested and I get involved with RELI is how? Breaks above 820, 825, comes back down, retests old resistance as new support, and I see that it's support. Okay, I'll get involved, right? We have some room up towards around 950. We're definitely watching RELI today. I'm watching ISIG, right? If we start to see it pop randomly, I may short this stock. I've shorted it like 5 times in the past 2 weeks. It always pumps on up and then dumps on the way back down. So I'll definitely be watching ISIG for a possible short. We'll be watching BTCS as another back burner today as well. We are seeing a nice little grind, a nice possible bounce off that 20 EMA, showing potential back up towards around 5 and then 563. There on BTCS, and then GNPX, just because we saw a nice strong bounce off $2 yesterday, right off these lows, right? The next daily candle just made a new high. So we actually had yesterday's daily candle make a new high after this pullback. That's a good sign of a quick reversal, potentially back up towards around 257 and then 288 on GNPX. So those are my back burners. GNPX for a possible multi-day reversal, back up towards around that 200 SMA at 286, as we just had our first daily candle to make a new high yesterday. Watching BTCS for a bounce off the 20 EMA, back up towards around 5 and then 563. ISIG for a possible pop, right? A quick spike followed by that dump that we've seen day after day after day on ISIG. And then RELI breaking and holding above 820, 825. We could see this at 950 today. Continuing to see a lot of resistance and not breaking 820 to 825. I will short RELI once again today. But out of the gate, it looks like the chat wants to watch other. Other. So we're just going to sit here and let's type in other. Do we have a ticker? Other. No. But we're going to be watching TSRI out of the gate. We will be sitting back and watching to see what stocks hit our high today momentum scanner, halt scanner, breakout scanner, looking to see where traders go. Where are the traders going to go? What are those 2 to 3 stocks? Is it TSRI? Is it going to be PHIO? Is it going to be ISIG? How do we know? We will see one of these stocks hitting our scanners. It'll bring our attention to it. We'll get prepared. We'll lock in some great profits, guys. All right, so keeping it easy. Right? Keeping it easy, being simple. We're all set, ready to rock. We're all set, ready to rock and roll, guys. Right? Do we have any final questions? Penny stock sideways, Frank. Yeah, I know, right? Penny stock sideways. Diego, good morning. Again, sorry for not looking up over at YouTube, guys. Again, my focus is with everybody inside of chat. But again, I do open the stream up for you guys so you can hear our communication, our conversations, to get you guys prepared for the day as well. Right now, TSRI is the number 1 stock. Can I short a stock more than 1 day? If yes, is there more fees? That is correct. You can short swing a stock, but you will pay a fee to hold that short overnight, because you're utilizing margin. So that was what we call a panic pop, guys. That there is what we call a panic pop. When a stock out of the gate squeezes right on up and then drops all the way back down. Right now, TSRI is definitely one of the stocks, one of the top stocks that I think we should be watching right now at this point in time. It has the most amount of action. You got PETZ hitting the breakout scanner as well, guys. So just watch the breakout scanner. and watch the high of the day and halt scanner. That's where you're going to see what stocks are getting the action, right? PETZ 36 new highs of the day. Yeah, PHIO hitting the breakout scanner as well, guys. PHIO is now hitting the breakout scanner. So it's moving on up here a little bit. Nothing too crazy. SBEV, not a lot. BDTX, not a lot. Right now, I'm definitely thinking TSRI is where our focus should be. We'll talk about that here in a little bit next, Oids. As far as the renewal thing, we'll go through and just send me a picture or something like that, what you see on your dashboard page, and we'll see what the issue is. It could be because we're still working on bringing over more of your data from old platform to new platform, so that could be it. So for now, if you want to make any changes, just let me know and I can help you out. Tesla, maybe a quick little red to green move, but again, I'm not really touching any of these large cap stocks. I mean, in my opinion, out of the gate, not really going to be touching these until we kind of hear what Mr. Powell has to say. I'm really just watching TSRI right now, guys. TSRI above this 1279. Yeah, just send me an email, Mexoid. Send me an email, please. Let's try and keep chat stock related as we are right at 9:33. If you guys have any questions, right? Anything that has nothing to do with, stocks, right? Just moving forward 2022, let's keep it stock related, especially at 9:30. You can send a support ticket on over. You can send me an email, and we'll get you all squared away, guys. You can click that little blue button, that little support button, and send over a little ticket. So right now, I mean, TSRI, guys, has that pre-market support right at, 1274. You got the point of control at 1250, pre-market resistance, 1274, new support, 1274. I mean, this could be a good reversal point, but I'm not really trusting penny stocks lately out of the gate. It looks like it's good support. It looks like a key area. It looks like it can move higher off that level. But what have we been seeing a lot of? A lot of false bounces and a lot of false moves. Again, I'm not really looking to go long too aggressively in this market. I'm really not looking to go long. I'm really playing to the short side, as the short side has been working the most for me. TSRI is easy to short as well. And we know that this stock eventually gives a lot back. So I will be looking for the best short setup. I will not personally take TSRI long simply because I do not trust penny stocks right now, today, to the long side. All right. Mexoids, I got you, buddy. Mexoids, I got you. Yeah, I already know you want me to do that. I can do it for you. I'd say future reference, do the support widget. I already know you want me to turn it off. I got you, man. So I'm looking for a possible, short setup here on a TSRI. Yeah, Roblox isn't doing bad at all. What price were we buying Roblox at yesterday? Right at 80? Right at $80 on Roblox? Yep, there's your quick red to green on Tesla. Again, my approach is not to really touch Tesla, AMD, Microsoft, any of these stocks until we really see what Mr. Powell has to say. And we're going to be tuned into that around 10. I'm going to put up CNBC here on the live stream, and we will be just kind of listening to see what he has to say and then how the market reacts. Right now, TSRI is where my focus is. Look at all these big upper shadows, guys. This is nasty. Look at all these really big upper shadows. So anytime this pops up, it gets slammed down pretty aggressively, guys. Anytime this thing pops up, it gets slammed down pretty aggressively. So I'm just watching TSRI for the next possible panic pop, the next possible pop like that, to maybe grab a little bit of a short position here, guys. So at this point in time, TSRI is the #1 watch. Looking to see if this one can get hit really hard to the downside. Cracking below 1250 would be amazing. Cracking below 1250 would be awesome. We have room down below 12 bucks, guys, but you have the point of control at 1250. So the POC, the point of control, is a natural level, right? It's a volume level of, support and resistance. So when we come down to it, it typically holds up as support, and that's why we're seeing a little bit of a bounce there on TSRI. Let me put TSRI off to the side. All right, and I'll focus on this one off to the side. And if we see that setup, that confirmation, I am looking to short the stock, guys. I am really looking to short the stock. I mean, I think it has a lot of great potential to the downside. I'm looking for one quick little spike back on up, though. If we can get one quick spike back on up around 14 bucks, I will look to short TSRI. Yeah, BERU not really doing a lot, which is sad. Again, not a lot really happening. BDTX, not a lot happening there. SBEV is bouncing a little bit. Nice little bounce. Held above 150, right up to that 187 mark. That is resistance. PHIO, nice little pop out of the gate as well. Right up into that 113 on PHIO above $1. So still have some kind of potential on PHIO, guys. Still a little bit of potential here. Especially breaking, 113, 114. We could see it up towards around 124. And we do have support between $1 and $1.03 there on PHIO. Again, we're only about 9 minutes into the market, right? Okay, RELI, guys. I don't like RELI. I don't like longs in this market, but RELI broke above 820, 825, and what did it just do? It came back and retested 820, 825 as support. If you guys like RELI, you want to go long, this is a low risk, pretty decent reward setup. You have room towards around 930 to 950. You have support at 820, okay? So just build a plan. You have potential to grab $1 out of this. If you risk 50 cents, it would at least be a 2-to-1 setup. Not saying risk 50 cents, saying you could get away with risking 50 cents, putting stops under low a day, and potentially getting 950. But again, I always want to put this out here. My opinion, my gut feeling is not to take anything long in this market personally, because we really haven't seen anything really hold on up and really just take on off. You know what I mean? We haven't. So again, our RELI team has that support at 820 to 825. And you can clearly see that it is trying to hold on up here. Very nice. VERU. Very nice. Very nice. You can say very nice. Very nice. Right up into resistance as well. That 20 EMA right at $6. TSRI just looks disgusting. I think this is going to be an all-day fader, personally. I think it's just going to fade. It's going to bounce around a little bit here and there, but I do think this is a good all-day fader. You do want to watch BDTX above 5, right? Again, you had that $4.96 $5 level. You do want to be watching BDTX. I'm above 5 here, guys. You have room back to 521, 542, and then potentially those pre-market highs. That level of pre-market resistance around 575 to 590 there on BDTX. And then PHIO has some good volume as well, guys. PHIO was the one above $1. This stock right now, still above $1, looks good over 114. This stock does have room back up to 125 and 130 here on PHIO. And again, one of the reasons why I didn't really want to touch some of these larger caps out of the gate is I just kind of had a feeling that they were going to be a little unpredictable. I mean, you saw a quick red to green move that failed, didn't hold on up, right? The Qs too, trying to go for that quick red to green move. Volume looking great as well. Can't hold on up. Actually starting to move lower across the board, guys. So right now, if there's anything specifically you're looking at, I'd be more than happy to check it out, guys, and see what we have. But BABA is actually holding on up despite what everything else is doing. And Roblox is actually holding on up as well. And Roblox is coming right into the 200-day moving average. So that's going to be kind of tough to break above. Let's see if Roblox can do it. Ryzen said you took TSRI short from 1275. Thinking about, or 1295. I mean, you're up 50 cents a share. I mean, take your profit, maybe get back in, but you have a little bit of what we call a two-legged pullback, right? When the stock cracks below the 9 EMA, cracks below VWAP, right? Just kind of straight down, and you see this 2 to 3-legged bounce back up into the VWAP, into the 9 EMA. That could be the retest for the next leg short. So right now, you may still have that nice little 3-legged pullback. If you start to see the 9 EMA cross below the VWAP while the price is dropping here off of this third candle, that would be a good sign that we could see the next leg down into these pre-market lows of 1173. You're on TSRI. But never be greedy, right? You said, I'm greedy. Don't be greedy. Lock in profits when you have them. If you feel like you're being greedy, you probably are. So you should lock in your profits. If you ever feel greedy, you're probably being greedy. Lock in your profits. Do the right thing. All right, guys. So everybody over on YouTube, enjoy the rest of your day. Be smart, trade safe. Just remember Mr. Powell, right? He'll be talking here around 10 o'clock. We'll see how the markets react. Make sure you're doing the right thing. Make sure you're being smart. make sure you are trading safe, right? Penny stocks right now are pretty crazy, pretty inconsistent, pretty choppy. The overall market, not consistent right now at this point in time, a little unpredictable. We can all say it's a little challenging right now. It's a little choppy. It's okay. Sit back on your hands, be smart, be safe, remain disciplined, have your playbook, right? Things that work in this type of market. If you see something, execute it. And if you do that consistently, you leave your emotions off the table. You're not greedy. You're locking in your profits when you have them. In this market, you will always be on the winning side. You will be consistently profitable. Just do what you know you're supposed to do, right? Do what you know you're supposed to do, not what you feel. Leave your feelings off the table. Leave your emotions out of it. Do what you know you're supposed to do to be successful, and you will be successful. Thank you guys for tuning in over on YouTube. Until next time, happy safe trading, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning right around 8:45. So you had that nice little three-legged pullback on TSRI, right? That big little drop, right? Big little drop. That big drop on down, three-legged pullback into the 9 EMA, into the VWAP, getting the 9 EMA, crossing the VWAP as well, getting that next little leg down here. So we want to see this get pulled down into 12, and then really down and towards around this 1172 level. All right, down towards around that 1172 level would be a nice little level to cover on TSRI. You already know I'm waiting for ISIG to pop. You already know I'm just waiting for ISIG to pop up to 27 so I can short the crap out of it. If it goes to 27 right here, I am going to short ISIG. Again, I love these pump and dumps on ISIG. I love the pump and dumps on ISIG. I tell you what, they're fun. The pump and dump is fun. Let's see if we get that pump and dump, guys. Let's see if we get that pump and dump. 27-ish. I would definitely enter a short position here. You know, it's trying to move here a little. It's already bounced about $1. I'm just trying to see if traders trying to move back in for another $2 pop. I want to short you, ISIG. You go 27. I short you big time. Yes, you get shorted. Said NTRB halted. So we had news yesterday. We had a nice little, we didn't really do a lot yesterday, but we're bouncing off that 50 SMA. We had some news yesterday. They signed feasibility agreement to develop fentanyl and abuse patch. Okay, cool. I like the news. Bouncing off of the 50 SMA. It's the second time we've been halted today here on NTRB. We know the stock can move, right? We know we have some room to 10. We have some room up towards around that spiking high and the 200-day moving average, but we have to be mindful of 875, right? We have the 875 level. That normally is a pretty decent little level of resistance. So, I mean, NTRB right now halted at, what time were we halted? Halted at 9:46:46. We'll be live at 9:51:46. So we got about a minute to go if this is a 5-minute halt here on NTRB. So again, Right now, NTRB is where you guys are currently watching. The halt strategy is not for the faint of heart. It's a very complicated strategy. It's a risky strategy. Not everybody trades the halt strategy, but it's worth watching, right? If we gap up 20, 30 cents, expect to see it back down to 825, 830, and a very strong bounce and a very strong rip potentially into the third halt, and that would put you somewhere around 10 bucks. So let's watch NTRB here for a potential halt strategy. But again, if you don't trade the strategy, it's okay. It's not an easy strategy. And again, it's not for the fan. We didn't really have a gap up. We didn't have a gap up. I personally wouldn't touch it. We didn't gap up there. I wouldn't touch it. It's just a little risky right now. Just a whit risky. All right, so PHIO, guys. All right, PHIO. Nice consolidation under 113 to 114 resistance, right? We talked about this yesterday, how when stocks consolidate underneath resistance and then break out with volume, we could usually see those continue higher. So right now on PHIO, we had really nice consolidation underneath that level of resistance, and we had a nice break with volume. Definitely a great indication that we can continue higher on PHIO. I'd personally wait for a little bit of a pullback, 114, 115 pullback. PHIO, maybe hold above this trend line as well. You got the VWAP sitting at around 112. You do have some room to 125 here on PHIO. You do have some room towards around 125. So, I mean, we were buying Roblox at what? 80 yesterday. It's up $10 in 2 days. It's kind of tempting to take profit, but again, it's a longer term dollar cost average opportunity. It's awesome to get a nice entry at 80. I mean, I feel great about that 80 entry right off that gap fill. And now we just continue the dollar cost average in little by little by little. Good job, Skylar. Good job. Locked in 212 on that 87 Roblox call. Good job there, man. That's good stuff. I like it. I like it a lot. One thing I do want to point out here, guys, on BABA, right? One thing I want to point out on BABA is if we continue to consolidate in between the 50 SMA and the 20 EMA, we may have a moving average squeeze formation, okay, here on BABA. All right, you could see a really nice moving average squeeze formation here. Once again, on BABA. If you guys are wondering what a moving average squeeze is, this is what a moving average squeeze is, right? This is one on AESE. It's a penny stock, but it's when the stock gets very tight between two key moving averages. This example is a 20 EMA and a 50 SMA, and it squeezes, and then it just gets so tight and it blows on up, right? Just gets so compressed, so tight that it has to go somewhere. Usually 80% of the time, these formations, they explode to the upside, right? So when we look at BABA, we can see here that we have 20 EMA support, 50 SMA resistance. If we see the stock getting tighter and tighter and tighter between these levels, we could see that moving average squeeze on BABA. Yes, you can see it on larger cap stocks. We have a gap that needs to be filled up towards around 158, 160 as well. There is potential coming on up here, maybe for a day trade and a swing trade on BABA. So BABA is definitely something I have a lot of focus on in the coming days, coming weeks.